Hey guys, Akil Mohideen here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be unboxing the iPad Pro. Now this thing was released in November 11th, 2015. It has a 12.9-inch screen. It comes in two sizes, the 12.9-inch version, which I have here, and then a 9.7-inch version, which I don't have. The iPad Pro, the 9.7-inch, you might be wondering, isn't that basically like an iPad Air? And it kind of is, but it has a few differences. The Pro has 4 speakers, compatibility with an Apple Pencil, a flash camera, higher resolution camera, better processor, and it starts at $600. They share the same screen resolution, the same form factor, Touch ID, and the Air, the normal iPad, starts at $400. So there's sort of a difference there. So the 9.7-inch and the 12.9-inch all share pretty much the same features. So let's just head on into the unboxing. So on the back side, we can see they got the 32GB version with the Wi-Fi iPad Pro. It says on the side. On the front, you can see that it has a side view of the iPad. It's actually, the box is shockingly light, a lot lighter than I thought it would be. And then on the sides, you can see it says iPad Pro. So let's just flip it over and so this model currently starts at $800. And this is the 12.9-inch version, as I said. The 9.7-inch version, if you're wondering, starts at $600, like I said before. And the normal iPad Air 2 starts at $400. So it really depends whether you want all these features like Apple Pencil and you want the little bit higher resolution, a little bit better camera. You kind of have to judge for yourself whether these are features that you're going to pay $200 more for, and then if you sport for this version, whether you're going to pay an extra $200 on top of that, so $400 more. But basically, here's the box. Let's flip it back over and get back to the best part. So I'm just going to lift it here. This one's not coming off. Alright, so we can see here is the iPad Pro 12.9-inch. It's sitting in this kind of matte plastic with this little tab to lift it up. So we can go ahead and do that. We can set that off to the side for now. So now we get the charging cable. This is a new design actually for the box that they've had in the past. So this is the lightning cable. It looks a little bit longer than usual. Set that off to the side, and then the power brick. This power brick is actually much smaller than the power brick that came with the iPad 2, because this is the version that we're upgrading from the iPad 2. We're replacing the iPad 2 with this iPad Pro, and the power brick is actually much smaller. And then you have your little paper, which nobody cares about. So getting back to the device itself, let's just go over some specs. It has an A9X processor, which it shares with the 9.7-inch version. So both the 9.7 and the 12.9 share the same processor, but this one is much bigger. It weighs about 180 grams more than the 9.7-inch version. It has a resolution at 2032 by 2048, whereas the 9.7-inch sports a resolution of 2048 by 1536. Now they both share the same PPI, so it won't look like a million times clearer on this version, because since they share the same PPI, the same density of pixels, basically the same sharpness. Now this one, surprisingly, actually has a worse camera than the 9.7-inch, which is probably because this one was released 6 months earlier than the 9.7-inch one, which was released in March of this year. Now, I wouldn't recommend taking pictures with this iPad because it's 13 inches and you'll look pretty much stupider than the people that are taking photos with their 10-inch iPads, but you can go ahead and figure that out for yourself. So if we start taking off the plastic here, and then we can it's huge. This is a big iPad. So this is a big screen. The bezels are much thinner than before, and it's very tall, but it's actually not that heavy considering how large it actually is. Surprisingly light. You can see that we have a lightning port 2 speakers on either side of that, and then if I'm correct, you have 2 speakers along the top as well. One speaker here, headphone jack, and then power button. Now, as you can see, the camera doesn't have a bump on it. Right? There's no camera bump, so they decided to actually make it thicker in order to fit also a larger battery life and to make sure that all the camera optics didn't have to stick out, which I enjoy that a lot more than having a camera bump, because then you also get an increased battery life. We have no flash, no dual tone, not even a single tone flash, whereas the 9.7-inch version does have a flash. So that's one thing to consider if you do actually want to take photos with this. I don't, so it doesn't matter. This is really just meant for media consumption. Please like this video if you liked it and subscribe to see more like this. Other than that, I will catch you guys later.